good afternoon, morning, night, whatever it is, get up. We're on our way to the gym with the wife, Paige. Paige, say hi.
Hi.
She's usually not this shy, but no, I was messing with you.
I was just saying hi.
We were actually just talking about how Subway truly robbed me, and Paige will explain herself just a second.
So we were on our way, I think it was either back from Utah or to Utah, I don't remember. It was like somewhere in northern Arizona, and we stopped to get Subway because like we were starving but wanted something that like was relatively healthy. So we stopped at Subway. I get like a super tiny salad, right? It's like literally the smaller of my head. And then Josh gets either a 6-inch or I think it was a 6-inch. And our bill or our order ended up being like $28. And I'm like, okay, when did Subway decide to just like make a $15 salad that was something I could either pick up at Walmart or make by myself for like $3? Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. So after that, I feel like I was like, you know what? I'd rather just get something else or just not eat because spending that much at Subway just like doesn't feel worth it.
Yeah, so that's why I am a huge advocate to going to Jimmy John's instead, because I believe the gargantuan or whatever, the one with all like the 3-4 meats is like $20 itself, and it's like a huge sandwich. Like, yeah, it's more than enough. So those are my thoughts on sandwiches. That's a good warm up. All you. There you go.
It's like too big. Easy.
This is our actual working set. We had to switch machines because the other one is a little bit too uncomfortable for the missus. Got to treat her like royalty, pick the best machine, you know? You want me to take one up?
I already know that's too heavy.
Use the cake. Let's go for 8.
How many was that?
8.
How have you seen bodybuilding change Josh mentally?
I feel like before bodybuilding, he lacked just some direction in his life. And I'm not saying that in like a negative way. I think a lot of people in like their early 20s don't really have a sense of direction. Not all people, some people do. But I feel like that's the biggest thing is like he feels like he's working towards a goal and he has just more direction than he did before.
All right. Oh, my partner just left me. That means I'm on my own. Come on. 6.
Paige, help me out.
Like literally?
Yes!
You're fine, you got 2 more. One more. One more, you got it. One more. Yeah, see, you had that. You didn't need me.
No, I did need you. You need to be a better partner and be here sooner. Girl was getting water.
I was thirsty.
She was thirsty.
Can you help me on this one? Okay.
Of course. Let's go, baby cakes. Come on. Push, 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 push. 4. Let's go for 4. 1. 2. Go over your knees. I got it. One more. Come on, Vamonos. Everybody, let's go. All right. Hey. Oh, nice. All you. Oh. Sorry guys, I don't have too much cake. Oh shit. Girl's freaking short.
Today they start with like I got a fire and it's gotta be I'm gonna go with
10, that's it? I thought it was gonna be a lot more. Such a baby today.
It's so uncomfortable when you tap my hamstrings. I said it's so uncomfortable when you tap my hamstrings.
That's good. 2 more.
What did you learn the most from your 3 bodybuilding shows?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like I learned different things in each of them, but just as like an overarching theme, I think the biggest thing I learned was just to keep going. Like, we all have low points in our lives. We all go through just like hard challenges. And I think it's important to remember that like there's always light on the other side. Even though bodybuilding is like a very specific example, right? Like I chose to suffer in that way. It's still those lessons I learned in my bodybuilding shows like go into everyday life that I can then use and just like really learn from.
This isn't sponsored at all, but for all my guys that are on prep, these are a game changer. They're like 5 calories, but the macros are at 0. So, I mean, don't drink more than 1, but the Starburst strawberry, very delicious. Second place is probably cherry, and then I will probably tie orange and yellow. So if you're a Starburst guy, check them out. Oh, you, Paige.
Okay, so there are some people in this gym who sometimes I don't recognize them after prep, right? Like they have their prep face and then they have their normal face, and sometimes it just like doesn't match for me. Look at my quads. They grew.
Yeah, you definitely could do like 10 more.
This is my warm-up set.
Look at that. I know you didn't like that. 5.
This is my warm-up set.
I already started.
My quads are tight. They need to warm up. Otherwise, otherwise I hear like a clicking in my knee, and I just want to, you know.
Late 20s problems, guys.
Yeah, getting old.
I know, we're here like complaining about like, oh, my knees and everything. And there's people in their 30s and 40s. I'm sorry, guys. But it's true. Like, my knees hurt when I do this movement sometimes.
Five more.
5? I got it. I'm such a faker when I lift sometimes because it looks like I can't do any more, but I keep going. My tempo's just that slow.
I got it.
No, it's not that.
Ready? Okay.
Heavier?
Sorry.
Heavier?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
it's too light.
If it's too light, then just go,
I'm too tough. Just kidding.
Just go one up.
No.
No, just do it.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it back down then. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Go for 15. Control it on the bottom. Right there, good.
Can you hear the clicking in my knee?
Yeah. Come on. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. Come on. 2. 3 more. Come on. 1. 2. I want you 3 partials right here. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Yeah.
Biggest advice for first-time competitors?
Ooh. Also a good question. 2 things come to mind. First thing is, I'll always hire a coach. There's very few people, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but there's very few people who can actually successfully coach themselves through like those mental lows and actually push yourself to the level of leanness and conditioning, just in general, without a coach. There's very few people who can actually do that by themselves. The second thing I would say is just know that your first prep will never be your best prep. So if it's like a bucket list thing, you know, and you're not concerned about like progressing in bodybuilding, by all means, like just do 1 prep. But if you are somebody who wants to, you want to do bodybuilding like a little bit more long term, like over the course of a few years, just know the first prep you do, or even the first show you do, is not going to be your best. And that's okay, and that's how it is for everybody.
Is bodybuilding an essential part of a relationship?
Man, that is way too deep. Why'd you have to do me like that? Is bodybuilding an essential part of a relationship? Okay.
You always tell me I need deeper questions.
Okay, I will say, in life, there are 4 pillars. There is mastering the physical, the spiritual, the social side of like society, and also the intellectual side, so like building your intellectual, obviously. And so I feel like bodybuilding is essential in a relationship in the sense of it is a very strict lifestyle as to being perfect with your nutrition, your diet, all of that. On top of that, the training, and you just get like an awesome physique, obviously, right? That sounds so bro-ish to say, but the reason why I feel like it's essential is as you do all those things will carry on and help you in all the different areas with your intellectual, social. For example, because I'm into bodybuilding, my social environment is like open to a lot of like different opportunities. And I feel like I've gained a lot of respect for the things I do in bodybuilding. So I've had a lot of really good relationships that have made me want to be a better person, which is always the goal. On top of that, learning about bodybuilding, the nutrition side of things, the intellectual, learning how the things you put in your body really does reflect to make you feel like outside, right? So the confidence is improved. And spiritually, when I'm on a prep, just because I'm having less food, my mind is just more focused on the goal. I mean, my mind is more focused on the goal. It just makes me kind of be wanting to be more in tune with my thoughts. And when that happens, I discover different parts of me spiritually, and I don't know what else to say. It just, bodybuilding, lifestyle, really optimizes those four areas of life, and it just makes you want to be like a better person and, I don't know, become the person you're meant to be. I guess what I'm trying to say is everybody has like this divine potential to be something amazing, and bodybuilding helps you unlock that. So.
That was a warm-up set.
Plans for competing?
Oh yeah, forgot about that. So last year I did basically like a 40-week prep throughout the year. It was my first season of bodybuilding. I did 3 shows in that 40 weeks. Honestly, I do not recommend that for your first season. It was just bad planning on my part, I'll be totally real. But this year, I'm taking like the full year to just grow. I got sick probably like 3 different times like after my last show. So I know my body is was stressed and just needs time to like recover fully, and then also just like grow. I definitely need more muscle mass. So this year, no. As far as like next year, I haven't really decided if I want to compete like early in the year or later in the year. That part is still up in the air, but my top priority for this year is just to put on muscle, enjoy life, focus on my work because I'm an online personal trainer, and then yeah, that's pretty much it.
I've actually never used this before.
Okay, so
oh, what the heck? Do you see my neck? My neck could barely fit in here. Oh wait, there you go.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and squat down. No, squat down first. Squat down first, all the way. Yeah. And there you go. Okay. Yep. And then I know that weight's probably pretty light for you.
Yeah. I just had to get used to it.
It's all glutes. Do you feel it in your booty?
I feel in my quads.
That works. Wow, I feel like a noob doing that.
Go a little lower.
Nice. Trying to hit my glutes.
Your boy is gonna try 260. 260 sounds like a good number, so I have to pull it down all the way.
Pull the thing, and then squat down. Yep.
So weird. I should have gone lower. Yeah, I should have adjusted it lower.
You still can.
Wait, what'd I do?
You have to hold it down and then stand up. Yeah.
I hate this machine. It's so awkward. I don't understand it.
How does this prep feel different than the last one?
I feel like last prep, I really closed off my emotions just because I was doing a job I just absolutely not that I didn't like, it was just very stressful. I did door-to-door sales for a couple of years, and last prep I was just knocking doors all the time. And so I feel like my emotions were just like, I don't know, I was very silent. I was suffering in silence, is what I want to say. And this time around, I'm like allowing myself to feel when I feel like slightly off or sad or weird. And I feel like it's a more healthier approach just because being in a relationship, like my wife needs to know like where I'm at mentally, because before I was just kind of like, how would you describe it? Like hard things would happen to me and I would just be like dumbfounded. Like I just felt like I was like a soulless.
I feel like hi. I feel like he
Intruding.
I feel like when he would come across issues like before, he would just kind of like shut down and then almost go numb. I'm sure, I know what that feels like. I've gone through things in my life, so I kind of understood what he was feeling, but I feel like we handle issues very differently. So like I express them outwards and he like just keeps it inside. So I think it's really good that he's feeling, even if those emotions are hard for maybe me to accept, or like as he's expressing them, I'd much rather have that than like not know what's going on. Back to you.
Thanks, April O'Neil. I would say too is this time around I have a lot more purpose. I mean, I'm not working for that job anymore. Actually, when I moved here to Arizona, I was working at a restaurant for almost over a year. And we got to a point where when I opened up business with Team Tua, with Take on Common Action through posing coaching, that's when, you know, things started to change. My confidence was at an all-time high. And I'm passionate in a job that I'm doing, or a career. And I don't know, just a lot more easier. I just feel a lot more in tuned with my emotions. I have a team to rely on. Like if I'm like having a hard time, the community I'm part of really lifts me up to like keep going. And I don't see it slowing down at all from here, because I am going to be competing with my team. We're all going to be doing the same show together. So I know I'm not alone in this. So those are my thoughts on that.
Many binge eat after shows. Where were you at with food when the season was over?
Dang, all these prep questions. So after my show, my coach actually had me do this, and I'm so glad she did. She actually had me make like a 5 to 10 minute video of me talking to my future self and just like reminding myself of how hard I worked last year and just like my goals going into the off season. And I've only watched that video actually once, because I feel like I only needed to watch it once. But I feel like just making that video and reminding myself of like the more long-term goal really helped me not binge eat. I've struggled with the opposite issue with an ED in the past. So if anything, I feel like I struggled more with like body dysmorphia after the show. Not super extreme. It was just kind of like, oh man, I wish I was lean again. But it was never like something that would consume my thoughts a lot throughout the day. Anyway, going back to your original question though, I think the only thing I really had a hard time like controlling myself around was cookies, but that's just because I love cookies and that's like my favorite food. So I feel like that was the only time where I just had to be extra conscious, but overall I didn't struggle with binge eating like post-show. Okay, Josh, Dua. What advice would you give somebody who is struggling on their prep in 2024?
Very easy. Everybody has gone through something hard in their life, and so like very like traumatically hard. And so bodybuilding prep, you're choosing to like starve yourself, to have less food, and you're choosing to do all this cardio, you're choosing to deplete yourself, you're choosing to like do all these hard things, even overeating, not overeating, but like eating a lot of protein. Like for me, I eat 230 grams right now. Like it could be hard, right? So when you feel like you're like having a hard time, just remember the most traumatic, at least for me, I think about the most hardest thing I've ever gone through in my life, and I just tell myself, this isn't as hard as that, so clearly I'm designed to like overcome this and make this just be a breeze, so that's about it.
Also, I'm gonna add on to my own question. Also, I feel like choosing your hard makes the hard easier. Like, I would much rather choose to be challenged with something specific than like just be unhealthy or something like that. Obviously, we can't always choose our hard, right? Something like things in our lives happen, but I feel like with bodybuilding specifically, like you're choosing, so, you know, embrace the challenge. Build those adductors.
Blessings you've seen between you and Josh in the last year.
Oh, yeah, I feel like we've just been blessed a lot in the last year. So about a year ago, I was working for just like a corporate company, just working from home. Before that, I was training online, but that's like a whole separate story. So I had the opportunity through Josh's coach's wife to then work for her as an online coach. So it'll be a year like in the next week, which is super exciting. I feel like that's honestly such a big blessing for like us, because I've been able to switch to a full-time job that I actually love. I think another blessing has just been like Josh being able to quit his job and do posing and just focus on content creation. I think has also been awesome, because we get to both work from home and spend all of our free time together. I think one thing that's just kind of like random, we don't travel a ton. I personally don't love traveling, but last year we were able to just travel more than usual and just visit our families, and honestly, like, it was really fun, and I'm just glad we were able to do that, because we usually make like 1 or 2 trips a year, and last year I think we made like 4 or 5 or something. So all of those things, just like in our personal lives, have been really big blessings.
Whew.
Ah. I wonder if I could.
I knew those adductor little bands at the thrift store helped me out in the long run.
Self-awareness? I'm trying to lift, bro. Okay. I think it would be awesome if we could make it here on that day, because that'll be like
A deadlift competition? I ain't winning anything.
not for that, but I mean like the open house.
Yeah, we should do that. Whew. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. This is the beginning of many collaborations I want to do. So I live here in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and I want to build a community here of working out with a lot of different individuals that I meet at the gym. And I'm going to be spreading my availability to EOS gyms. So I'm going to get a membership there, and I'm going to be working out in different gyms and just building, you know, relationships there. Because I believe there's just like so many minds and people that have so much to offer, and I just want to work out with each and every one of you guys and just like, you know, build a community to know like this is the state where we're trying to build uncommon individuals and have like a like-minded mentality of wanting to, you know, reach our inner greatness that we all have. And how do we reach our inner greatness? By sharing it with others and building off of each other. So the first video I wanted to do with my wife, because she deserves to be #1, so she's our first one. And in the future, I'm open to collab with as many people as possible that are in the area, and I could really see this going somewhere. And yeah, that's pretty much it. On top of that, if you guys ever want to like meet up, just let me know, shoot me in the DMs, and we'll also be covering some posing as well. We didn't cover posing in this video because I wanted to cover other things, but that's all I have for you. Go and destroy your goals.